Living in a castle sounds like it could be an absolutely amazing adventure, and that is exactly what happens in Colostle. Colostle is a solo RPG adventure game in which the star of the game, that would be you, live in this ginormous castle that contains countries, mountain ranges, oceans within its very rooms. And you're going to go out there exploring it. Is this game, though, going to be worth the amount of money that you have to spend to get your hands on it? Welcome to the GMS Magazine RPG review videos. Colostle is an absolutely beautiful game that I bought at Dragon Meet 2023, and I was gagging to have it. In fact, I've been for months and months and months waiting to be able to get a copy of this, but it was absolutely unavailable here in Spain. So when I went to Spiel, I bought Colostle, I bought the diary, I bought a deck of cards, and I bought another 2 supplements that I am not going to show you today because I will be reviewing them in due course. But what is the core game all about? Well, apart from the fact that it is, as you can see, absolutely beautiful, with a wonderful, wonderful call to adventure illustration in the front and very nicely used in the back with everything that you need to know, and a very fair price, I have to say. Inside, it doesn't disappoint either. The game has been written by Nick Angel, and well, there's a patent pending, there's a Patreon that you can support its creator, and inside we have a very nice table of content. The layout is gorgeous, is very, very, very easy to read, is not a very copious book at just a few pages, basically, because the game is going to take you all the way to page 55, 56 if you want to use this sheet, and the rest is just the Kickstarter backers who helped bring this game to fruition at the time, with a couple of pages for notes. So the game contains absolutely everything that you need in order to be able to play Colostle. And the way that you're going to play it is that you're going to create a character, and the character is going to have a calling, a nature, a class, and a weapon. You invent your own species. It doesn't really matter. You can do anything you want within it. And there are going to be several classes. The Armed, which is a character which is very good at combat, but in exploration, it's a little bit slower. The Followed, which again, exploration is going to be great, but combat perhaps not as good. And the Helmed and the Mounted. So those are your character. The Helmed is a magic user, and the Mounted is kind of like an engineer that's going to be creating things out of Rooks parts. Now a Rook, which is kind of like the big baddie of this, is like this basically walking structure, which can be a castle, it can be a tower, it can be anything at all, except that when they are very little, when they are rooklings, they're like dogs or cats that you can have as familiars. And that is exactly what the Followed is going to have as kind of a pet, which is super cute. I really like that thing. Once you create your character, you're going to be drawing cards. You're going to draw cards, and those cards are going to give you the path that you're going to be following and what's going to happen in that path. And you're going to draw a number of cards equal to your exploration score. Now, throughout the book, of course, there are some exploration rules, and there are some prompts in these pages that will tell you what kind of thing you find, what encounters, what conflict, if what you find is arm or an arm, is been tempted or touched, and taint it somehow, what is going to happen? The same goes for creating encounters, whether it is in an ocean, in a mountain range, whatever it is. You're going to be able to create your own cities as well, which is where everything happens. You're going to be finding all sorts of things that you will need to figure out by yourself. It's a fairly quick game. It can last about 3 to 4 hours, and you will get a pretty coherent and pretty consistent story. The thing I like is that the magic use is very much left to your own devices. It is whatever it is that you want to create. And one thing that I really enjoyed is the combat system. You see, in these kind of games, very often, the combat is left to your own imagination. Here it is, but you are going to be drawing some cards, and when you draw these cards, when you fight, you're going to be drawing what kind of attack you're going to receive, on whether you actually can dodge it, resist it, or get away from it, or if you get it. And if you get it, what are going to be the consequences? So even if this is a solo game where you create everything, sometimes there is an inescapable truth that you're going to get hurt. I like that, because you get away from the idea that you can just resist everything and create this absolutely epic character. No, you're going to have your flaws, you're going to have your vulnerabilities, and you're going to have to find a way to overcome them. And you can also die, even in a game like this. So the idea of having to create this absolutely incredible death for your character that would be epic and amazing is very, very much there, which is great. You have critical hits and you have critical failures. So there is plenty of scope for super duper cinematic and heroically epic development of your adventures, which is great. Really, really cool. So that is what I liked. Colossal is not without its flaws, don't get me wrong, and I feel that it could do with a little bit more world building and a little bit more structure, adventure building as well. It's very hackable though. So if you don't mind creating things like, the world building, where cities, I feel it could do with having a little bit more about them and societies, how to create your society, how to do a bit more political intrigue or kind of social interaction within those cities. You could do with a little bit more of that. But then hacking it in would be very, very easy. In fact, I am very tempted to create, after having seen a bestiary of Cthulhu creatures for a different system, to bring them here and use them either as antagonists or even as character players, because why not? The system is brilliant and it needs a little bit more development, but it is brilliant. I am not disheartened though, because I still have another 2 books that I have to read. So from that point of view, everything could be perfectly solved in there, and that would be great. Which doesn't say that this game doesn't have absolutely everything you'd need in order to play. You do. Trust me, you really do. But you're going to have to put a little bit of effort into it. Colostle is beautiful, is approachable. I felt really enticed and inclined to actually play this game, and I cannot wait to read everything else and see what else comes from Colostle, because it is lovely. If you've already played this game, I would love to hear what you have to say. And if you have published the adventures that you have created playing this game, I would love to read them myself. So, thank you very much indeed. Please remember to subscribe. It means the world, believe me. And until the next time, please do get in touch, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care.